All right, good evening. I'd like to call the December 12th meeting of the Jackson County Board of Education to order. As always, on our regular meeting nights, we start off with a Pledge of Allegiance. And we have some young folks here tonight. Titus Talbert, Lindsay Wheeler, and Grace Hatcher. They're going to lead us in the pledge. So if we would all stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we appreciate you coming up and leading us, and we look forward to additional highlights from East Jackson Middle School. So our first item of official business is going to be approval of our minutes. So we have minutes have been distributed, and they are from our November 10th meeting. That'll be the first ones. Do I have any additions or corrections? Hear none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes. All right, so I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. So I have a motion, second. All in favor? Aye. All right, that's unanimous. Next item is approval of our minutes from November the 10th. Those have been distributed. Are there any additions or corrections at this time? Hear none, do I have a motion? Motion. Well, that was quick. So I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? All right, motion second. All in favor of approving the minutes from November the 14th? All right, that'd be unanimous. Next item is approval of our agenda. It is rather brief this evening. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as submitted? So I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. So I have a motion second. All in favor of approve the agenda as submitted? All right, that's unanimous. All right, so our next item is going to be our superintendent's comments, and we do have 3 or 4 items there under Dr. Brown's segment. So, Dr. Brown, we'll turn it over to you.
Good evening, board and community. I want to say how nice it is to see all of our leaders, school leaders and district leaders in the audience as we are winding down our fall semester. I think we've got 6 days left until we hit winter break, and just want to say thank you for all that they're doing each and every day to take care of our kids, along with our teachers and parapros and custodians and school food nutrition workers and transportation, with bus drivers and bus monitors. All of those people working together are making our school system go each and every day. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Hooper up for a special recognition.
Tonight, the Jackson County School System would like to recognize an individual who was given 4 years of dedicated service to the Jackson County School System. That'd be Mr. Don Clarsey. Tonight, during his last Board of Education meeting, we say thank you to his wife, Kimberly, who's in the audience tonight, along with his daughters, Brooklyn, Kendall, and Morgan, for supporting their husband and their dad during his time with the Jackson County School System. We thank his family's commitment during his time away at meetings, retreats, training, and ceremonies. During Mr. Clarsey's 4 years serving on the Board of Education, the last of which he served as our board chair, the board has helped navigate our school system through the COVID-19 pandemic, the opening of the new Jackson County High School, repurposing the old Jackson County High School into Empower College Career Center. The board has also approved and begun construction on Legacy Knoll Middle School. Approved will be the system's 7th elementary school, which will open in 2024. Approved and installed new field turf at East Jackson Comprehensive High School's football stadium. Hired a new superintendent who you're sitting next to tonight, and went through a redrawing of school zone lines. So I will say, the most impressive thing I think for you board members is that the board has been able to make all these improvements while lowering the millage rate to its current rate of 16.576 for the second consecutive year, which is the lowest millage rate in Jackson County for 20 years. So I think that's a big, awesome thing for you board. So Mr. Clarsey, on behalf of everybody inside the Jackson County school system, and on behalf of Dr. Philip Brown, we'd like to invite your family up here, say thank you for your 4 years with the board, and we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Absolutely. Can we go out there?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Hooper. And I think there's a couple other board members that would like to say something.
Yes, I would just like to say thank you for your service for these last 4 years. We appreciate all the positive impact that you've had on our students in Jackson. Appreciate it and wish you the very best.
Don, I'd like to just say something. Being the oldest person in the room, having worked with many board chairmen and chairwomen over 40 years, I must say, Don, you not only deserve the respect from us, but you have earned my respect. You have been honest, above board with me. You have this community at heart. Every time you've ever said anything, it's always with the kids in mind and teachers in mind. And to me, that makes a good board chair. And I just appreciate everything you've done in the 2 years I've been here. I don't know about the other 2 years, but I do appreciate I've only been here 2 years. So, but I appreciate you, Don, and I hope that that our friendship will continue on past this month.
Thank you. We've disconnected Bo's mic, so he
So I don't know, I'm not really good at speeches, Don, but I've enjoyed having you on from day one. Been like a brother to me in a lot of ways. Just the lightheartedness. You have been a pillar to this board in a lot of ways. The knowledge you brought, also just your attitude, personality. You will be great in this. I appreciate the time that you shared with us.
Thank you.
Good luck. I want to say, Don, I've enjoyed working with you for 15 years of various projects, good things we've done, and we worked with Jackson County for a few years. Been a youth coach in our recreation program, always been a above board person, a dean of the church, we both members of, so you've been a really good community member. I just got to say you're almost native Jackson County now, so you have graduated. We do appreciate your service, and I hope you're not retiring from public life, because we need people that care about the community and care about our kids and our citizens. So whatever endeavor you do in the future, good luck to you, and we hope you stay involved.
Well, thank you. If I may, Philip, this kind of caught me by surprise. I just thought I was going to get to take home some sourdough bread for Miss Wheeler. And I knew something was up when my wife and kids showed up. I figured they were probably here because they knew I wouldn't get stoned tonight on my last night, so they'd come see this. But no, the 4 years has been great, Bo. I appreciate that. I do appreciate your friendship and your willingness to listen and let me talk. And Ms. Wheeler, we haven't always agreed, but we have agreed on the direction of the system, and I think that's most important. And I'll say this, and Rob, I think we will remain friends. I appreciate your support, I really do. And Rick, I'd love to be a coach again one day in your system. So hopefully you'll let me. But what I will say is this, and I've shared this before. So those on staff, you've heard this, and you'll hear it again. The time that we spent, and Miss Anglin is not with us, but the time that we spent in preparation of hiring a superintendent We grew together as a board. We grew together as friends, as citizens and servants of Jackson County. And for that time, I am forever grateful. I always believed there was value in having a meal together, but we shared dozens of meals together, and it brought us closer. And so for that time, I'm thankful. So I appreciate this. This is very kind. So thank you very much. And I guess you get to come back next month. All right, Philip, I'll let you finish your report.
Thank you, Mr. Clarsey. And happy birthday, Miss Kimberly. Is that correct? Is that it? So you guys can go to dinner. I'll try to keep the meeting short. At this time, East Jackson Middle School will present school highlights. Ms. Johnson, welcome.
Good evening. I want to thank the board for this opportunity to highlight some of the opportunities and some of the achievements of our students. We may only be 2 grade levels, but we're small, but we're a mighty force, I think, on our side of the county. And I have 3 students here that are going to narrate our slideshow for you. And I thought it would be best coming from them, letting them tell us what we've been up to at East Jackson Middle School. This is Lindsay, Titus, and Grace.
This evening, we would like to spotlight a few of the new opportunities we have for the students at EJMS. To expand our connections offerings, we added 2 new opportunities this year. The first one is called Exploring Engineering and Technology. In this class, students learn how engineers and inventors apply the engineering design process to solve problems and improve society. Students utilize the design process themselves as they seek to complete a series of engineering design challenges. In these pictures, you can see students designing and building bridges out of popsicle sticks and Elmer's glue. Students were challenged to create a bridge that could hold at least 25 pounds. The weight was added in increments of 5 pounds. 3 teams were able to build a bridge that supported up to 25 pounds, with one of these teams building a bridge that held 50 pounds. Another new connection class offered to students this year is theater arts. Students in this class write and produce movies, as well as perform plays. To date, students have taken field trips to Gainesville Theater Alliance and the Alliance Theater to see college and professional plays, like A Christmas Carol. This gives students a glimpse into future career opportunities.
For exploration in science and social studies, we have a new augmented reality sandbox. It creates a visual and interactive means to teach students about various geological features, as well as an up-close way to present things like plate tectonics and erosion. In the pictures, you see Mrs. Talbert's 6th grade science classes working with Dr. Peacock in small groups to learn about the different types of plate boundaries using kinetic sand. Meanwhile, our middle school FFA chapter has been participating in the career development events this year. These events help students to develop skills to think critically, communicate clearly, and perform effectively in a competitive job market. Featuring, we have our junior wildlife management career development team. They placed 8th out of 32 teams in their last event. Also pictured is our junior floriculture development team, which placed 3rd out of 39 teams at their last event. EJMS students who participated in their first LEGO League Challenge at the Athens Academy on December 3rd. Our teams placed 8th and 9th out of 12 teams. Speaking of competitions, we are so proud to say that 11 of our EJMS individuals who participated in the Jackson County District Technology Competition advanced to the next round of regional competition.
Among our favorite things are partnering with the community and participating in events like the annual Christmas tree lighting hosted by the city of Nicholson. Our EJMS course was excited to perform. EJMS also uses Red Ribbon Week to help raise monies for family money for families in our community. During this time, our school came together and raised just shy of $1,000. The money was used to provide a Thanksgiving meal for a few families and will help to make some Christmas wishes come true. Looking ahead, EJMS will be inducting our new Beta Club members next semester. Thank you for letting us share the new opportunities the students at EJMS have.
Great job, Lindsay, Grace, and Titus. And thank you, Ms. Johnson, for that. Really appreciate you coming in, highlighting the great work that's taking place at East Jackson Middle School. Ms. Jen Sain will now speak on our technology competition recognitions.
Well, good evening, Dr. Brown and board. It's a privilege to be here representing the Department of Teaching and Learning tonight. On Thursday night, Dr. Brown alluded to the fact that last week we had our first annual district technology competition under the direction of Dr. Jeremy Peacock, and it was indeed a success. This competition included students from grades 3 through 12 and included 14 categories that range, and you can see them here on the screen, from animation to digital photography, 3D modeling, internet applications, device modification, video production, audio production, project programming, productivity design. And we had a number of students advance to our district competition. From the schools, we had 90 school-winning projects. Students could choose to enter individually or in partners. And those 90 projects included 112 students. So they came to our district competition, and from the district competition, our judges narrowed it down to 56 projects that included 67 students that will advance to the regional competition. So we are very excited for these students. So on the screen, you're going to see lots of candid pictures from our day together. It was incredibly exciting. We held it here in this room, and we saw those students come in during their designated times, and they were super excited and passionate about what they were doing. So maybe next year we can invite you guys to come get a glimpse into the technology competition, because this is definitely going to be a keeper for us. So on the screen, you're going to see some of our elementary winners. From East Jackson Elementary, we had 3 projects advancing, which included 4 students. From Gum Springs Elementary, we had 12 projects that included 14 students advancing. From North Jackson Elementary, we had 5 projects continuing on in the competition, including 6 students. From South Jackson, 3 projects that included 4 students. From West Jackson Elementary, we had 5 projects, which was 5 students. And then our middle school winners from East Jackson Middle School, we had 5 projects that included 7 students advancing. And from West Middle, 6 projects for 6 students. Our high school winners from East Jackson Comprehensive High School included 7 projects, which included 10 students on those projects. And in Power College and Career Center, 8 projects, including 10 students advancing. So we're very proud of these students. They will continue to compete in the regional competition in January. This is going to be held on January 21st. It's a Saturday, so you know they're excited if they're going to give up their Saturday to come compete. At the Northeast Georgia Regional Technology Competition held in Winder at the Sims Academy of Technology and Innovation. So we will look forward to giving you a report and an update on how our students do at that regional competition. There will be 6 area districts competing for a chance to go to the state competition. So congratulations to our winners, and good luck at the regional competition.
Thank you, Ms. Sain. Great work taking place by our teachers and our students in that regard. Now I'll ask Mr. Hooper to come up for our BOE monthly update.
I'm back. So, all right. So tonight, this is the last time I'll get up here tonight. I'm here to present to you our new BOE update video, just like we had for you last month, highlighting the events that have been occurring inside our school buildings during the past month. You'll notice, again, it was a busy month inside Jackson County, from clubs and sports to our performing arts to college acceptance letters to guest speakers to field trips to hands-on lesson plans. The Jackson County school system, you will see, continues to give our students the opportunities to succeed, not just inside our classroom and inside our buildings, but also in the community. So again, I want to thank Ms. Sierra Roberts for putting this together, and enjoy the video.
Thank you for putting that together, Sierra. When you compile it like that and you see all the opportunities that our students have had over the past month, how much pride I think we all collectively have in what our kids are doing and what they're accomplishing. So thank you for sharing that highlight. Mr. Schofield, at this time we'll share our 5-year facilities plan discussion.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. I appreciate the opportunity to kind of bring some information forward. We had planned, we'll bring some more information back in our January board meeting as well on the local 5-year local facility plan. Just as a background, Official Code of Georgia 20-2-260 outlines the local facility plans and the reasons we do that. We are, as a system, in order to participate in the capital outlay program, every local school district must develop a new plan once every 5 years. We do that on a 4-year rotation with that 5th year to roll over if you need be. We asked for an extension here in Jackson County last year, so we need to approve our local facility plan between now and June 30th. So, or really through May. But anyway, so bringing that forth, just letting you know, so in the next few months, we will kind of be sending this plan with approval of y'all from the board. We will send our plan to the Facility Services Unit at the Department of Ed for their approval. That plan will come back to us. We will convene a survey team to review that plan. It will be reviewed and approved by that survey team. And at that point, we will present it to the local board for approval. And that final step is state board approval before the end of June 30th. So that's kind of an outlining where we are and kind of where we're going in the next few months. Just as an overview, you all are very aware in the last few years, Jackson County Schools has engaged in several capital projects. The completion of Jackson County High School, the renovations of this facility here at Empower, the new Legacy Knoll Middle, which will open this next year. And of course, we also have on the books the elementary facility to open in August of 2024. Those projects, in terms of a local facility plan, are really at the bottom of our list because in a 5-year facility plan, they've been completed. So just kind of understand those will drop to the bottom. The priorities are important as we move forward, and that's kind of, we want to outline that a little bit. Also understand that this 5-year facility plan develops a consistent grade configuration across all of our schools. So it will show a new 6-8 at East Jackson on the east side of the county, so it standardizes and makes that very consistent. The priorities in this next 5-year facility plan include additions at Jackson County High School, which would include 4 classrooms and a multipurpose room. It would include the renovations, modifications, additions at East Jackson Middle. It would also include renovations and modifications at East Jackson High School. The next on that list of priorities would be a new high facility in the next 5 years, a high school facility designed to meet the needs for the growth on the west side of our community. And the 5th item that we have on our priority list would be a replacement facility for North Jackson Elementary facility. There's needs there. It's certainly one of our older facilities. So that would be the next priority. Then after that, we're just continuing with regular renovation projects and maintaining that safe and healthy environment throughout the other schools. I think we remain committed and determined to provide the best educational facilities for our students. I think we have a lot to be proud of. This board should be very proud of the things they've provided for our students across the district. We make every attempt to maximize available funding. That's where I fall in. That's my job for both state and local funds. Seek the efficient and effective ways to use all the resources that are available for us. Safety and security upgrades will also be a priority. We'll continue in that vein. So they're also a part of that local facility plan as we identify those needs. So I just want to bring this forth for any questions that we may have before we provide additional information in future meetings.
Mr. Schofield, we appreciate you bringing this before us. I know it's been discussed in emails and in conversations individually and in some groups. So what should we expect in January? You looking to bring the whole plan back to the board and have some further discussion and maybe get approval in January or February, and maybe have some timelines on a couple of projects, maybe the prioritizing of the classroom additions at Jackson County High School.
Be glad to do that. That's kind of the priority, is in January to present that plan. It doesn't come to the board for approval until it goes through the other steps, but I would certainly like to have the confidence of the board before we present it to the Department of Ed.
Okay.
I think that's very important.
I think there are some action items that folks would like to see possibly moving forward. So maybe that can be a healthier discussion in January. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Schofield? Comments?
Thank you all.
All right, thank you.
That concludes the superintendent's comments.
All right, Dr. Brown, we appreciate that. Appreciate the update. We have moved into the time in our meeting for public comment. Is there anyone here wishing to address the board? Hearing none, we'll move right along. Our next item is going to be our setting our officers for 2023. So these have been 2-year stints that we've done in the past. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to establish our officers of chairman and vice chairman beginning in January 2023.
Mr. Chair, it's an honor for me and a privilege to nominate Mr. Bo Hollett as the Jackson County Board Chair and Ms. Lynn Wheeler as our Vice Chair, and I ask for unanimous consent.
All righty, so we have a motion from the floor. Do I have a second?
I will second.
So I have a motion and a second. All in favor? All right, that would be unanimous. So for the record, Mr. Bo Hollett will be our chairman for 2023, and Ms. Wheeler will remain, as she always is our senior member, but she will remain as, and I mean that in a loving way, Ms. Wheeler. That did come across as terrible. Good. So why is everybody laughing at me then? Thank you, Ms. Wheeler. It was good, and I didn't mean it the wrong way. So we're on the same. That's right. We are on the same page, and we will move right along from this item. Couldn't go any faster. So our next item is our consent agenda, and the item on the consent agenda is the 2023 school calendar. So I'll entertain a, I seem to have mucked up the last one, so I'm going to kind of stay quiet on this one, but I'll entertain a motion approval of the consent agenda. So I have a motion. Do I have a second? So I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda, which is essentially the school calendar for 2023 and 2024. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor? All right, so that's unanimous. We do have a need for an executive session, I believe. Is that right, Dr. Brown? So we will go to executive session, albeit briefly. So do I have a motion to go to executive session? So I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Motion is second. All in favor to go to executive session? All right, that's unanimous. All righty. All right, we've returned from executive session. I know it's the obvious. Do I have a motion to come out of executive session? So I have a motion. Do I have a second? So a motion second. All in favor of coming out of executive session? All right, that's unanimous. So we did have good discussion in there. Do I have a motion to approve the personnel list as submitted? So I have a motion. Do I have a second? Motion and second. All in favor of approval of the personnel list as submitted by Dr. Brown? All right, that's unanimous. By all means.
We're talking, we did evaluation on Dr. Brown, and, you know, when we were walking out, I was reminded about, my kids and I saw Dr. Brown at East Jackson robotics competition this past weekend, and I get a little emotional about my kids. I'm sorry, but so Dr. Brown is like a rock star to my kids, and I'm talking about, you know, my 7-year-old boys and 9-year-old boy. I have twin boys, and whenever they see Dr. Brown, they say, "Dad, there's Dr. Brown. Can we go see Dr. Brown? Can we go see Dr. Brown?" And they run and they hug this man. And he takes it. You know, I apologize to him because, you know, my kids can be a little bit much, but so I appreciate that he is that example that I want my kids to be able to see. So I'm very grateful that Dr. Brown's here with us.
All right, Mr. Hollett, we appreciate that, and we did have part of the review was Dr. Brown's evaluation, and he did get an exemplary evaluation, so you can enter that into the record. I don't see Mr. Buffington here.
I'll email him.
Okay. Well, all right. I guess we need to adjourn before we get in trouble. All right, we stand adjourned. Thank you.